guys, ketemu lagi dengan saya Om Jo dari Litera Cikal. Halo Year 2 dari Sekolah Cikal Cilanda dan Sekolah Cikal Surabaya dan Sekolah Cikal Allside. Kali ini saya akan membacakan kalian cerita, yaitu cerita dalam dua bahasa. Maksudnya adalah satu cerita dalam bahasa Inggris dan satu cerita lainnya dalam bahasa Indonesia. Are you ready, guys? Or probably more than one story. Probably more than two. Okay? Are you ready, guys? Okay, yuk kita simak ceritanya. I'm kind of confused which stories because all of them are so awesome. This title has many stories, but probably you will not like to be said beginning ya. Kalian mungkin nggak mau kalau disebut beginning, tapi ceritanya bagus banget teman-teman. This is probably the best stories for all age, and it's been so popular since 2000 years ago. And this one is a very good story, but probably you don't like it as year 2 students, but I think everybody likes it, but I don't know. Anyway, so probably I will tell the story from kayaknya saya bacain dua aja ya teman-teman ya, supaya kalian bisa memilih yang mana yang cocok buat kalian ya. Yang pertama ini aja, Peter's Chair. This is for the English acquisitions class, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, Miss Suli. Oke, kita mulai aja ceritanya ya. Peter's Chair. So what happens to the chair? Why is the chair so important to be in a title? So probably the story or the conflict or the things that happens around this chair. And this boy is looking at the chair probably so seriously, like he's having a plan with the chair. And there's a photograph of a baby. We will take a look at this. So this is a library book. Others are my books. Except this is a library book too. Oke teman-teman, kita mulai aja ya. Peter's Chair by Ezra Jack Keats. Peter's Chair. Peter's Chair by Ezra Jack Keats. I think it's a very good illustration, and there's a problem about the discrimination in the United States. Probably this fits with the nowadays issue, yeah, being African American people. For Joan Roseman. Peter stretched as high as he could there. His tall building was finished. Crash! Down it came. Shh! Called his mother. You'll have to play more quietly. Remember, we have a new baby in the house. Ternyata dia punya adik yang baru lahir, makanya nggak boleh rame teman-teman. Persis kayak di library ya. Gak boleh rame. So in the library, you can pretend you have a new baby. Don't be noisy in the library, okay? Peter looked into his sister Susie's room. His mother was fussing around the cradle. That's my cradle, he thought. And they painted it pink. Ini kan tempat bobokku waktu bayi, kok dicat pink. So having said this, we can think about whether the boy is having a not so good feeling about one of his stuff being painted in pink. I don't know why boys don't like pink, but some boys do. Now his father does it. "Hi, Peter," said his father. "Would you like to help paint sister's high chair?" "It's my high chair," whispered Peter. Ini kursinya dicat pink, teman-teman. Do you see any problem here? Problem here is the father said sister's high chair, and he said, in fact, it's my high chair. He saw his crib and muttered, "My crib, it's painted pink too." Not far away stood his old chair. "They didn't paint it yet," Peter shouted. "They didn't paint that yet." Ini belum dicat pink, sementara semuanya udah dicat pink. Guys, bapaknya pinter sekali loh guys. Nggak cuma dicat pink, tapi di painting bunga di sini. Keren banget kan? Atau mungkin stiker ya? He picked it up and ran to his room. Cikau. "Okay, let's run away, Willie," he said. Peter filled his shopping bag with cookies and dog biscuits. "We'll take my blue chair, my toy crocodile, and the picture of me when I was a baby." Willie got his bone. "Yuk kita minggat, Willie." Dia mau minggat guys. Waduh, serius banget ya. Minggat dari rumah gara-gara barang-barangnya dicat pink. Kecuali ini. Jadi ini mau dibawa minggat. They went outside and stood in front of his house. "This is a good place," said Peter. He arranged his things very nicely and decided to sit in his chair for a while. Udah, kita minggat di sini aja. Jadi minggatnya di depan rumah, teman-teman. Mungkin bukan minggat ya, Om Jo aja yang salah ya. Runaway itu kan pergi. Saya tadi mengartikannya minggat, sorry ya. Nah, terus dia mau coba duduk di sini. Apa yang terjadi? Ternyata ini dia. But he couldn't fit in the chair. He was too big. Ternyata nggak muat ya. Jadi dia mempertahankan kursi ini, tapi kursinya nggak muat. It doesn't fit. So his mother came to the window and called, "Won't you come back to us, Peter dear? We have something very special for lunch." Peter and Willie made believe they didn't hear. But Peter got an idea. Made believe they didn't hear. I think it's a very good illustration. So neat, I think. Soon his mother saw signs that Peter was home. "That rascal is hiding behind the curtain," she said happily. She moved the curtain away, but he wasn't there. "Here I am," shouted Peter. Peter sat in a grown-up chair. His father sat next to him. "Daddy," said Peter, "let's paint the little chair pink for Susie." "Yuk, dicat pink aja yuk kursinya apa?" Nih adeknya. This is the sister, the baby with one of her hands waving, and the mother smiling. Father smiling. Peter is smiling, and they did. Ah, okay, that's the end of the story, and you will discuss about the characters, the setting, and the plot, the beginning, middle, and end of the story. I think this is a very good story because there is a change in the character from the beginning until the end. In the beginning, he was like this, and in the end, he was like that. Yeah, you can analyze with the teacher how's the character Peter changes behavior from the beginning, and then he becomes somebody else because he's learning something at the end. In the setting, you can tell we cannot tell about the time setting because there isn't. Oh, probably there is one sign that there is a time setting, but there is a place setting in here. So the next story for the English one, I think this one, because this one is has been the favorite of the people around the world for 2000 years. Can you imagine? Isn't that amazing? Yeah, I think. So I will read randomly from this. I will pick you with good illustration. Probably this, because this is a very nice illustration. So you will not get bored easily. But anyway, the story is more interesting than the illustration because probably there was no illustration in the 2600 years back then, but we don't know it anyway. So let's talk about it. Let's read it. The Kid and the Wolf. Kid, not child, but the baby of a goat. The Kid and the Wolf. The kid strayed from the flock and was chased by a wolf. When he saw he must be caught, he turned round and said to the wolf, I know, sir, that I can't escape being eaten by you, and so as my life is bound to be short, I pray you let it be as merry as may be. Will you not play me a tune to dance before I die? The wolf saw no objection to having some more music before his dinner, so he took on his pipe and began to play, while the kid danced before him. Ternyata dia joget, guys. Before many minutes were passed, the gods, para dewa dewi, the gods who guarded the flock heard the sound and came up to see what was going on. They no sooner clapped eyes on the wolf and they gave chase and drove him away. As he ran off, he turned and said to the kid, It was I. It's what I thoroughly deserve. My trade is the butcher's, and I had no business to turn piper to please you. Okay, you probably will not discuss about the moral lesson from the story, but probably the moral lesson is being focused in one business. The business is to eat this, not to play the pipe. So since he plays the pipe, then the gods were angry at him. And probably another moral lesson is you still have a chance to escape your bad luck. So, although the religion is not the same as ours, but there are popular sayings that even in the end of times. I mean, in the time when there is no signs of escape, you can still pray to God to give you some another chance. Kayaknya masih ada kesempatan aja ya. Jadi probably the English say it's best. Ya, Saved by the Bell. Oke, di sini ada cerita, ada settingnya juga. You can see the time setting, you can see the characters, and you can see the plot. The plot is the beginning, middle, and end of the story. I think that's all for the English. We will move to Bahasa Indonesia. Okay? Hope you enjoy it. I do hope you enjoy it because this is awesome. If you don't have this book, you should buy it. There are so many stories, very good stories, and not so easy ones to guess. Yeah, there are so many shocks in the story. Yeah, if you have this in your library, you should read it yourself. You should borrow this. It's a good story. Probably your library has another book from the same author. Okay, guys, we move to Bahasa Indonesia. Thank you very much.